Hi, in this video we will take Connect Unit 7. This is where I live. Let's start. So, we will take here some places like village and forest, and oasis, mountain, city, and so on. So, let's get started. We have here some pictures and we need to write down the right words. So we have building, city, desert, forest, mountain, oasis, river, and village. So we have here 8 pictures and we need to write down below each one of them the right word. So let's start. Number 1, city. Number 2, it's building. Number 3, it's river. Number 4, forest. Number 5, desert. Number 6, village. Number 7, oasis. Number 8, mountain. So these are the pictures. So let's go to the next thing. We have here the passage. Why do we live where we do? So here's a question tells me, so why I live in places that I live there. Like for example, if I live in a desert, so why I live there? If I live in a city, why do I live there? And so on. So let's start by reading this passage. So humans can live almost anywhere, but we often look for 3 things: climate, water, and soil. So these are 3 important things that we are looking for before we are thinking to live in some place. Let's continue. People like a temperature, climate, somewhere that is not too hot and not too cold. We need water to drink and to help our crops grow. We need fertile soil so the crops have lots of nutrients. These 3 things often come together. Places with water usually have fertile soil and a temperature climate. As humans, we are very good at adapting to live in the environment around us. Humans can learn to live in the most difficult environments on Earth. Inuit people live in the Arctic regions where temperatures can be around 40 Celsius and freezer is only around 18 Celsius. Bedouin people live in the desert where the temperature can be around 50 Celsius, and these are 2 kind of people. Look at these pictures. We have here the Inuit people in the first. They are living in Arctic, and we have here next picture Bedouin people. They are living in desert, and we can see here in the first picture that there are so many snow there and ice, and in the desert there are soil and sand, right? So these are 2 different, because in the Arctic the weather is, our climate is very cold, and in the desert it's really hot. So these are the places that people mostly want to live there. They depends on the temperature, the climate, and the soil and the water. So let's move to another thing here. We have, are they easy or difficult environment for people to live in, and why? So let's see here. This is an oasis. This is a good environment for people. There is water and sun and fertile soil. So these are important three things. Like if there are soil, okay, or fertile soil, and there's a good weather and water, so why not? Why not? Let's live there. This is a desert. This is a difficult environment for people. There is a little water. We can build water pipes in the desert to transport, fetch water, okay? So in the desert, there is not a lot of water, so they use pipes to transfer water, okay? So we have here some grammar, to, and comes after it adjectives. So we here knows that adjectives comes after the nouns, right? Or the adjectives describes nouns. So adjectives here describes nouns. Okay. And to here means like if I want you have more than usual, like if you have a glass, okay, and you pouring some water into this glass and the glass fall for, okay, if you add more water, so the water will fall from the glass, right? This is what to does. The same thing, if I want to say the weather is very, very, very cold, I don't say the weather is very, very, very cold. No, I just use to. I just say the weather is too cold. So here I described the weather is really cold, okay? So instead of saying very, 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 I just say too, and it's very easy and short. Like I make it very short. So let's have here example. He has a lot of work. He is too busy. He is too busy. So here means he's very, very busy. You shouldn't talk to him. Let him alone. He is working because he is very busy. Okay, so to here means that he is very busy. So he can't touch the ceiling. He is too short. Okay, so here means that he is really very, very short. He is very short. Okay, so to here means that the person is really like exaggerating the word. Okay, like I say, it's very, very, it's more than usual. Okay, so this is the work of to. Okay, so we have here some pictures, and we need to use to and the adjective. Too big, too cold, too hot, too small. So we will see the pictures and we will trying to figure out what these pictures talk or says or describe. So the woman is too cold. She is really holding her body with the blankets. Number 2, the man is too hot. Look at him, he just using the paper to as a fan. Okay, so it's very hot. The room is too small. Look at this room, very small. The shoes are too big. It's really big. Look at his leg, it doesn't fit. Okay, so these are the pictures. So let's try to see another slide here. Here we will use more questions about to. I can't drink the coffee. Okay, but before this we can read the words adapts, crops, environment, temperature, climate, too cold, too hot. I can't drink the coffee. It's space, it will burn my tongue. I can't drink the coffee. It's too hot. It's too hot. It will burn my tongue. Number 2, I can't eat that ice cream. It's too cold. It hurts my teeth. Number 3, the polar climate is very cold. The desert climate is very hot. The space is not hot and not cold. What is this? He describes temperature climate. So if I want to say the weather is not hot and not cold in between, so I use temperature climate. Okay. Number 4, every year the farmer sells her crops in the market. What farmer sells? They sells crops. Number 5, He likes the cold and he likes the hot weather. He spaces very easily. So any person who can who doesn't have any problem with hot climate or hot weather or cold weather, so he has this special of adaptation, so he can adapt of the place where he has no problem to live in a hot place or cold place. Number 6, we live near the river and there are lots of trees all around us. The weather is nice and our neighbors are very friendly. It's a great environment. So this is a great environment. You are living there. So let's see another. Grandpa and his box of memories. Let's start. Look, this was my street. Grandpa was very excited. We were in the village where he grew up. It is near the Colossi of Memnon. Colossi of Memnon. It was very quiet when I lived here, said Grandpa. Now there are lots of visitors from all around the world. That's where my friends lived. We played football on this street. There were no cars then. So, let's see what is meaning of the Colossi of Memnon. There are two massive stone statue of the pharaoh Amenhotep III. They are in the west of Luxor. Look at this picture. You can see this photo says the place of Colossi of Memnon. Okay, so let's continue. And Grandpa looked right and left, and he crossed the road. The road had lots of trucks and cars, and this, he said, is where I lived. We looked at the space. There was no house. There was only grass and one big tree. I wonder, it was so many years ago. Grandpa looked at the tree. Grandpa walked to the tree. He looked at the ground. Then he started digging. He pulled out an old metal box. He had a big smile on his face. Look, he said. He was very excited. We were 8 years old when we burned this. Let's sit down and look inside the box. Yes, please, I said. I am very curious. So, answer the following. So before I answer the following things, it was just a grandpa says his memory in the last passage we read right now. So he says about his the place he were there, and he just said some memories to his grandparents, to his children's. Okay, so we have here some questions. So let's start. Where is Grandpa's village? The answer will be it's near the Colossi of Memnon. Number 2, how did Grandpa feel when he saw his old street? He was excited. How did he feel when he found the box? And how do you know? He was happy as he had a big smile on his face when he pulled out the box. Number 4, how did Grandpa knew where to look for the box? The answer would be because he burned the box under the big tree. So this is all the lesson of today. If you have any question, please text me. See you the next video.